Hi everyone, welcome to day 5. We are already at day 5, I can't believe it. This week has just gone so quickly. Happy Friday, wherever you're dialing in the world. I have got a pretty packed day again for you. I just keep adding content, so I really hope that you're enjoying this series. Now, I'm going to get straight into it because we've got a lot to cover. And what we have spoken a lot about is that we learn our beliefs from our environment when we grow up. And our beliefs are our thought patterns. And these thought patterns are stored deep in our subconscious mind. And what separates our subconscious mind from our conscious mind is the analytical mind. So this is our ego. And so we need to learn how to regulate the ego. And by speaking the language of and influencing the subconscious mind, we can do this. And this is done through experiencing emotion when the mind is in that Theta state. And this is exactly what we're going to do in this session today. So we're actually going to be recoding your negative beliefs in your subconscious around self-worth and confidence. So and we want to kind of make you feel more empowered in your life choices. So I've just noticed there's some people joining us. Thank you for joining. So there are a few things we're going to cover today. I've got the somatic beats, healing beats in the background, as you can hear. Hope it's not too distracting, but it's kind of subliminal, kind of working to your subconscious in the background there. We'll go through the daily energy routine. I'll coach you through some of the rules of the mind. We'll do an invocation from Marissa Pio, who's a hypnotherapist, and then we'll get stuck into the forensic healing pathway that for clearing negative belief systems. So if you can grab a pen and paper. So this is something we'll do a bit later on. So we'll start off with the daily energy routine. We all know it starts off like this, just holding your shoulder and just pulling the energy across. So we're crossing over the energies from our 2 main highways. And we've been doing this every single day for the last 5 days. Love to know your feedback and how this is going for you. So we're just crossing the energies over so that they're working in conjunction with each other and they're working together. And breathe deeply. Now we'll do the 4 thumbs. So we're tapping the stomach meridian, which is just underneath the eye. The light's gone a bit funny. Deep breaths. We want to do this for about 17 seconds and then we move on to the K27s, the kidney meridians, which is just below the collarbone and out a bit. This will give you a big boost of adrenaline. Not best to do before bed. It's 8 o'clock here, so it's not too bad, but great for the morning. And then the thymus, processing all our toxins out of our body. Deep breaths. And then the spleen points, just under your breastplate there on the ribs. This one's good for digestion. And we're just getting all of the energy centers working and the energy flowing freely. You might notice your energy changing a little bit. And then we'll do the Wayne Cook posture. Now we're just going to do the shortcut this time, so we've got a lot to get through. So just cross your arms over, clasp your hands together, and then pull them in and just breathe deeply into that opening. That really opens up the diaphragm. Breathing deep into the diaphragm, the lower belly. And then just unravel, and we want to put our fingertips together and then just up to our 3rd eye, just opening up our intuition, pineal gland, breathing into that. And then just our fingertips together on our forehead and pulling the skin and the energy off to the temples and then flicking that off. Then we'll do the crown pull, continue here, and then just pull the kind of energy from the crown of your head across, moving down your scalp, breathing. And this is really good to open up your learning capacity, your brain power, memory. This is a really good one to do in the morning before work. Hand on your shoulders there, and then just end heart center. Deep breath. Okay, shake that off, see how you feel. Hope you're a little bit more energized. Now I'm going to go, before we do the invocation and the healing, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the mind and the rules of the mind and how your mind works. And this will help to kind of stabilize you and ground you in the thinking. So I'm going to quickly run through the rules of the mind. I'm not going to go into long explanation because we just don't have time. But it is interesting just to hear them and just to absorb the information, see how that feels. So the first rule of the mind is what is expected tends to be realized. Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Imagination is more powerful than logic. Your mind always does what it thinks you want it to do. Your mind works to move you from pain to pleasure. Your mind responds to the pictures in your head and the words that you say about yourself and to yourself. Your mind learns by repetition. Your mind loves what is familiar. And we make our beliefs, and then our beliefs make us. I'm sure you can resonate with a few of those. So I just want to go back to that notion of imagination. And I've learnt this from my coach and many other gurus out there. And imagination is what we use to deal with the trauma of seeing into our own third eye, into our own mind. And if you think about energy, everything is energy, and we are literally seeing into an alternative reality. So if you can imagine it, it already exists, which is really powerful not to know, and it's really powerful to be able to tap into the, vibration of that what you see. I won't go too much more into that, but just keep that in mind, because a lot of the invocations and statements is all about using your imagination and your senses. So your imagination is really, really powerful in clearing its negative beliefs. And a bit about the process of the mind. So as a child, you learn by your senses. So you're seeing and you're hearing and you're feeling, and just by simply observing and experiencing things in your environment, you learn, you pick things up. So let's just say a mother doesn't hug her child. The child then creates this dominant belief that mothers don't hug children, or mothers don't hug. And then these thoughts, because they're reminded of it every single day, they lead to their beliefs, this child's beliefs. So my mother doesn't hug. And then the dominant beliefs create stories. And as we go through life, we also see other people, other children and their mothers. And so we compare and we observe, and it kind of creates this feedback loop. And so the dominant beliefs create our stories. My mother doesn't hug me because I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm not whatever it is, whatever you create your story to be. And then our stories, our dominant stories, create our identity. So I'm not a hugger, or I'm not an affectionate person because, my mother didn't give that to me. And then our identity influence our behaviours that are outwardly expressed. So how you show up in the world. So you're not a hugger when you meet someone new, or a kisser. And our dominant beliefs, our stories, our identity, our behaviours just make up our internal reality, which is our energy, our aura. And our internal identity influences the external reality. And by affecting what we distort and delete and generalise based on how we filter the external world is how we act about it. And your environment is your reality, which just justifies your dominant thoughts. And then the cycle just repeats itself. So this is the power of the mind. And the mind works as a transmitter. So energy is always moving, always changing. So we're constantly updating our thoughts in every moment. And in every moment we're learning. So our minds also need to be constantly updated. Kind of like, programming software. And we act consistently according to our beliefs and our thinking. And neuroplasticity means that the brain actually can change. So that science now supports that we, can change the makeup of our brain. And this is proven with, people being able to overcome illnesses and sickness just by the power of their mind. And this is how energy healing works, essentially. When we change our thinking, the brain rewires itself and our actions change too. And so that goes back to the feedback loop. And then if our actions change, then what we think changes. So listening to new beliefs actually rewire your thinking. So this is things like meditation, hypnotherapy, energy healing and invocations. And as we know, for the best results, for any new neuro highway to be formed and created in the brain, it takes at least 21 days to solidify that relationship, and that hence creates a new habit. And then the habits, the longer you do it, they just go on autopilot. So the more positive you think, the more that will be neuron connections you'll create, and then it will just be like driving a car. You just naturally are a positive person. So I guess it's the hardest part is being disciplined enough to keep that momentum going, meditating every morning, or, talking to yourself nicely. So I just want to ask you something, and I want you to ask yourself, and grab your pad and paper handy. I want to just ask yourself, what beliefs are holding you back? What are some of the limiting thoughts that come up for you? It might be, I can't get that job, I'm not good enough, or this guy won't like me because I'm not pretty enough, or what are the beliefs, what's in your mind, and some of these limiting thoughts that actually prevent you from doing what you actually really want to do. Just write a couple down. And just think that we form most of our beliefs before the age of 5. So just think about, when our beliefs were first imprinted in our subconscious mind from the environment around us. So, like your parents' beliefs, how you were brought up. What were their thinking around their... the theme here is around self-worth and self-belief. So, how did your parents treat themselves or talk about themselves or to each other? Were they affectionate? Did they respect themselves and their time and say nice things to themselves or to each other? And I just want you to think that when you start to challenge and question your beliefs, that, well, they're no longer true. You know, you have a choice. And once you start questioning society's beliefs, then you can choose to believe something else, and then that's your reality. And just, I want you to continue to write down this statement. So, I can't make it because, or you can say, I can't get clients because, or I can't get this job because, or I can't live my dream because. Just write down, it might be confronting, but just write down, you know, why you can't do it, why you believe you can't do it. And just write down some of your beliefs about your worth. Just think about where they came from, what age, who did they come from. And we'll actually use some of this information in healing later. So just make a note of them, write them down or in your mind. And now that we've written them down, I just want to kind of lift that a little bit. So just quickly, just imagine all of these beliefs that don't serve you. Now you just pack them into a suitcase. Pack them in, everything you've written down, put it in the suitcase. And just see yourself, this is really quick, see yourself handing back the suitcase to the people who gave them to you. And while you hand them back to them, so this could be your parents, your siblings, your teachers, society, just imagine yourself giving them back. These belong to you. I'm returning them to you with love and gratitude. They do not serve me anymore. And that's a really easy visual thing to do during the day, that when you catch a negative belief and a negative thought, that you can just go, okay, caught you, let's pack it in the suitcase. That's not my belief, that doesn't serve me. Here you go, I'm returning it to whoever does. And you're doing it for you. It has nothing to do with who you're returning it to. That's irrelevant. So now I just want you to write down what are empowering beliefs that you want to adopt. Things that, you know, I am confident. I am able to get this job. I am lovable. I'm worth it. Things that, you know, are empowering beliefs for you. So just write them down. Again, we'll use these a bit later on. So also one last thing to note before we move on is that sometimes limiting beliefs, they're here to protect you. So we're conditioned for negativity. We learn it, we pick it up, but we're not supposed to worry about it all the time. It's not healthy. We're in this stress, fight or flight, way too much. But sometimes our limiting beliefs actually serve a purpose, and we form our limiting beliefs to cushion us against failure. And the only way we fail in life is by failing to try. You can't grow if you don't get out of your comfort zone, if you don't try. And the root of this kind of fear is the fear of rejection. If you think about it, we can't be rejected unless we let people reject us, and us by agreeing to them rejecting us. So we have to allow it. So on that note, I want to take you through a guided invocation. It's a bit of a journey, so get comfortable. Lie down if you'd like, comfortable. Make sure you're in a space where you're not going to be interrupted. This is best done in whole. You don't need to see me. You can just put your phone down or just close your eyes and just listen to my voice as I guide you through this invocation and then finishing with the healing. I just want to start by saying to ourselves, which we do at the beginning of any invocation, I call upon the vastness of my being. I invite my non-physical family to join me in this healing, and I am open to receive. So just connect in whichever way you do this. Taking deep breaths in, close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, just gaze up into the center of your brow. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Now release and relax your eyeballs. Focus your energy to the center of your chest and breathe. Feel your belly and your chest expand and contract. And just feel yourself sinking. You're going deeper into an awareness of yourself. Going deeper, drifting deeper, sinking deeper. You are listening perfectly with your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is locking on to every word I'm saying. As you listen with your subconscious mind, you are developing an extraordinary, a phenomenal, a powerful, deep, and transformational insight into yourself. And every word I'm saying, you immediately understand. And you understand how to take action. And right now, you're able to look over into and through a scene of your childhood. A scene when you first felt you weren't good enough. As you look over, you understand so precisely how it affected you. But you understand something else more profound. What you understand is that never again, for the rest of your long, wonderful life, that it's relevant or necessary or appropriate to think the thoughts you thought back then. To believe the beliefs you believed then. When you'd only been on this planet for just a few short years, you formed beliefs about yourself. You came to conclusions. When you had the life experience of a young child, so innocent. But now you have the life experience of an adult. And you recognize that was then, and this is now. You were dependent on those people around you to make you feel lovable, to make you feel that like you mattered, to make you feel you're worth it. But now you're an independent grown adult, and all the words you need, you have. And you know with unwavering certainty, you know that you are lovable without a shadow of a doubt. You know you are worth it. So as you go deeper into the most relaxing state, you know there's only one thing that you know. When you know you are lovable, everyone around you knows this too. You are worthy of love, deserving of love. You are lovable exactly the way you are. Love is available to you. We always try to make other people love us. But you know what to do. You fall in love with yourself first. And your brilliant mind knows exactly what you need. You were born with something unique and special to you. You're supposed to do what you love to do. And when you do it, what you love, and love what you do, you attract only the most aligned people and opportunities into your life. And you see these signs, these nudges, and you own it. You own your worth. You own your thoughts, and you trust your thoughts. Your old limiting beliefs are long gone. They are out of your past. They are long gone, shrinking, fading, going, gone. And you are confident with who you are. Your opportunities are limitless. Your potential is limitless. Because you give and you receive. And you choose to direct your mind to positive thoughts. Every day you have the power, compelling and unshakable desire, and an unwavering ambition to believe in yourself. And every day you choose to influence your mind. Every day you choose to do the things that bring you joy, that bring you health, wealth, happiness and abundance. You choose your beliefs. You choose how to heal. You choose. And every day you choose to know that you are enough. So just slowly come back into the room. Bring your awareness to your body, keeping your eyes closed, but just feeling your body being supported by the chair, the couch, the bed, or the floor. Now we're going to choose. So repeat these statements after me, just inserting your own details. I'll say mine. I, Amber, say your name, choose to safely release all negative belief systems relating to self-worth, originating at age 2, 3. I choose to be free and empowered in my life choices. Now just imagine this negative belief system is imprinted on a USB drive with a movie that contains all of your recorded history and the reasons for your negative belief system, causing you to think, I'm not worth it, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat, thin, tall, short, dumb. Now imagine this USB drive containing this movie being scratched and smashed and erasing all the recordings and the images. And just imagine it being thrown in the fireplace and melting until it has no recognizable form or power. Now choose to create a new USB drive, a new video, new movie with a positive belief being, I am worth it, I am enough, I am confident, I am a powerful manifester. Just put on there any of your positive new beliefs that you wish. You are now free of the fears that block your life so that you can go forward with strength, happiness, and power to reach your full potential. It is your gift to be and live in your power. Now just let that integrate for a minute, and I'll just get the energy shift to confirm completion. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. That concludes day 5, and I hope that that's integrating. You might feel movement, heat, pins and needles, kind of fuzziness in your body. If you do feel anything, or please comment your experience after. It doesn't need to be right now. And in the replay, please post any comments of your experience. I'm really intrigued and interested to know. You can do this as many times as you like. If you feel like you need to go deeper or to another age, just replay and do it again. And enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow for day 6, where we are changing sacrifice habits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So grateful for you.